Good afternoon to all my wonderful viewers out there. Today, we're going to be talking about a collection that's already dropped, but it is getting a restock later on in the year. So I thought it'd be worth mentioning now, and then later on in the year when they announce the restock, we can cover it again. So today, we're going to be talking about the Teddy Fresh X SpongeBob collection. Now, if you guys didn't know, I've actually covered Teddy Fresh's collections before on the channel. I covered the Rip and Dip Teddy Fresh Volume 2. I didn't cover Volume 1 because Volume 1 came out well before I was doing YouTube videos. But Volume 2 came out in, oh god, I want to say 2019. Oh my god, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So I did cover Volume 2, and I thought ever since I covered Volume 2, the reception from you guys as viewers, the reception from the YouTube community in general, you guys loved it. You guys loved just talking about Teddy Fresh. You love the video. So I thought, hey, look, it looks like people are loving Teddy Fresh as a brand, and people want content to do with Teddy Fresh. So unfortunately, I haven't done any unboxings of Teddy Fresh because I haven't been able to cop anything. There hasn't been anything, not anything that I don't want. There's a lot of pieces I do want. They sell out so quickly. And as you can tell by the video's title, this collection was no exception. The Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection, when it dropped, sold out in like 20 minutes. And that's from Healer herself saying that it sold out in 20 minutes, which is shocking. Which, like, I mean, the quantity could have been really small, and maybe that's why it sold out super quick, but I don't think that's the reason. I think it's just there's a lot of people out there that love the brand, love H3H3 as like a collective, both of them, both, you know, Ethan and Hila, they love them both, and Teddy, of course. I think there's just that many people out there that love them and are willing to support them in the form of buying their clothes. So I think it was just so demanded for that it sold out. So I mean, yeah, good on them. Honestly, props to you. I would love to do what they do and open a brand one day. I mean, that would be a dream. I would also, I mean, I don't want to go about what I really want to do like as a, I mean, I do kind of want to go over it. As a career, I would love to open my own brand, open up my own like vintage store, like Round 2, like my own Australian version of Round 2. That would be, God bless, that would be the best, but they're all dreams. They're all dreams at the moment. I have absolutely no money to make those dreams start, but that's okay. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. That would be sick. That would be really awesome to do. But yeah, they inspire me a lot. They inspire me a lot. And in today's video, I wanted to cover their collection because they're an inspiration to me. What they've managed to achieve through YouTube, through Teddy Fresh, through everything is a big inspiration. So I want to talk about their most recent collection because it deserves some love. And you guys love it. I love it. We got to talk about it. So as I said though, and as the title of the video suggests, it's sold out. It's completely gone. So what I'm going to do is I'll cover each piece that released in the collection, give you my thoughts and opinions about the collection as a whole and each individual piece. And if I had release details on the restock, I'd give them to you now, but all we know is that it's coming later on the year. So all we can really do is talk about the collection and the pieces in it. So without further ado, we'll head over to the Teddy Fresh website and have a look at the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection. Now, I'd just like to say, I'm sorry guys that my head kind of cuts off the bottom of the cap here. Sorry, I tried my best. I got to put myself in here somewhere, and I kind of cut off the cap a little bit. Also the lighting, but don't worry, channel update. I've bought a ring light, so hopefully they'll come in the next couple of days, and then we'll have a nice little ring light up there. We'll be able to, you know, screw this like natural lighting, artificial lighting, that's the way to go. And then I could do videos at night. I could stay up till 3 AM and just do videos. God, I'm gonna get like no sleep this year, aren't I? 2020, year of the missed sleep. I'm just gonna be making YouTube videos the whole time. But anyway, back to it. Let's talk about the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection. So here's the first 8 pieces. I think in total we have 12. We have 14 pieces in the whole collection. What it looks like is it is unisex, so there isn't men's or women's. You can wear either. You know my whole stance on that. Wear whatever the heck you want. As long as you feel like you look fresh, that's all that matters. But It doesn't look like there's anything that's been tailored to men or women. That's the only difference really between men's and women's clothing, is that women's clothing is tailored in a certain way and men's clothing done differently. But they've gone with the unisex approach, so everything is probably going to be more leaning towards the men or male aesthetic than the female aesthetic. So if you're a woman that likes quite feminine clothing, this collection might not be for you because it's going to be leaning towards a more male cut audience than a female cut audience. But hey, if you're a chick that loves male clothing, loves the fit of male clothing, then this collection will be perfect for you. All comes down to your personal preference. All comes down to how you like it. Obviously, you could just buy any of the pieces. Well, you can't because they're all sold out. But if they weren't sold out, you could buy any of the pieces and get them tailored to whatever means you'd like. But this is the whole collection. This is it. So we'll start with, I suppose, the top. We'll start with the top piece, which is the cap. So there was a Teddy Fresh Spongebob cap done in what looks like a nylon material. The only graphic is Teddy with his arm around good old SpongeBob, done in a black outline with a nice little salmon bill. It's a quite little, you know, nice little piece. I would have liked the material of the cap to look a little bit different or be a little bit different. It looks like it's done in like a nylon or a nylon feeling material just from the actual photos. I would have preferred something a little bit more like corduroy or velvet, just something in that. That's more my type of thing with caps. I'm not a huge fan of plasticky nylon feeling materials in my caps. That's just a personal preference for me though. You may totally disagree and think this is really, really, really good. Either way, the use of color is really, really nice. Having the salmon bill here with the actual blue top, keeping the detailing minimal. What I like is that because this cap has been kept quite minimal, you can buy any of these patches, well, you could have bought any of these patches and applied them to this piece as well, which would have been really cool, right? Having a SpongeBob Teddy Fresh cap, chucking a bunch of the patches on there, you're gonna have a sweet looking piece there. And it also means you get to customize it yourself. That is the positive of patches. A lot of people overlook the power of patches, but hey, I think patches are sick. I love my Jeff Hamilton NBA patches varsity jacket. I suppose it's a varsity jacket, bomber jacket. Probably, no, varsity jacket would be the right term. Yeah, I love my NBA Jeff Hamilton varsity jacket. That's covered in patches. It's amazing. People overlook the power of patches, man. 2020, power of patches year, I tell you. Moving on, we've got our second piece, which is the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob patch. Not featuring old mate Teddy, but featuring the Teddy Fresh logo above and below old mate SpongeBob. SpongeBob done in an outline type of aesthetic. He's not filled in at all. It's very nice. It's very cute. It's a cool little patch. You could chuck this on like a denim jacket. I love patchwork denim jackets, so you could do like wonders with this. You could put it on here, your arms, your wrists, wherever. Put it all over the denim jacket. It's a cool idea. Yeah, it's a cool little patch. They seem to have done a lot of little patches for this collection. Nothing against that. Nothing against that. We'll move on from the first patch to the fanny pack, coming in the traditional Teddy Fresh colors. Just quite quickly though, I know this is a very subtle detail that a lot of people might skip out on, but this looks like the tag used for Gore-Tex bags and everything like that, because I have I think it's the 2017 Supreme large duffel bag, and it has this exact tag on it, and mine is made out of Gore-Tex materials. So I think that this fanny pack would have been, it doesn't tell me the price unfortunately because it's now sold out, but it looks like this would have been of very high quality, essentially the same quality that Supreme uses for their fanny packs. So I'm actually quite impressed that Teddy Fresh was able to wrangle a deal and get the materials to do that, because I think you would have to pay licensing. I think the Gore-Tex brand is in itself licensed, so you would have to pay Gore-Tex to use Gore-Tex materials in your outfit. That's why a bunch of brands use like not fake Gore-Tex but their own versions of Gore-Tex, because they don't want to pay off all the money to Gore-Tex to use actual Gore-Tex, you know. That's why you'll see other things like, I don't know, like someone making Dortex or something, you know, like an off-brand one, so people go with that instead of having to pay like Gore-Tex. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's quite impressive to see Teddy Fresh being able to actually wrangle that deal. Now it's also nice that they've gone with gone with their traditional pastel color palette. I think that's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of fanny packs. It's really a trend. It's a trend that's gonna eventually fade. I feel like it's already fading, but I'm just not on the fanny pack trend. Trends don't really matter too much to me because I've got my own personal style, and trends may influence an outfit or two, but I'm not hugely focused on it because I've got my own aesthetic, and the fanny pack just doesn't really do it for me. But so far the collection's been pretty cool. You know, we've gotten a cap, we've gotten a patch, and now we've got the fanny pack. The fanny pack just isn't for me, but the overall design of it's pretty cool. It's just not my type of piece. Now, moving on to probably more my thing. I mean, you know me, guys, if you've been watching the channel for a while, as soon as I see a black hoodie, and not just any black hoodie, a black hoodie with embroidery on it, you have me sold. Like, I was looking at it today, I was like, my wardrobe, I need to chuck out some black hoodies. I need to donate them, give them to friends, something, because I have too many black hoodies. Too many. And then I bet you next week a collection will come out with a black hoodie and I'll be like, you know what, I gave away some of my black hoodies, I have some space for some more. It's just an endless cycle. It's just an endless cycle, man. It never ends. So, moving on to piece number 4, we have a black hoodie done with embroidery, and the embroidery has Teddy Fresh done in... There's the SpongeBob gif where he opens up a rainbow in his hands. I think that is the same idea into this design here. It's him opening up his hands to Teddy Fresh, which I think is very cool because Teddy Fresh is done in a rainbow font in this case over here. That's a very cool way of doing it. I like that it is still kept quite minimal. I mean, there's a lot of use of color on the embroidery, but the embroidery isn't filled. It's only the outlines that are done. So it still keeps it... It's not made as loud because the embroidery is only on the outlines of SpongeBob, and the text, it's not filled in. So it's not hugely noticeable until you get up close. I think that's a smart way to pull it, because if they filled in the whole thing, I think it would come off as a little bit loud having the yellow character on a black canvas, a black hoodie. It'd be a little bit too much. So I like how they've handled it here. I'd love to know the price and what material it's made out of, but it's sold out, so oh well, we'll have to skip out on that one. So we're moving down to our next 4 items. We'll probably just go over the patches quite quickly because it's the same sort of vibe as the first patch. We have the jewel patch. We have Teddy's head over here with SpongeBob's head over here. It doesn't say the price of the patches, but I could imagine they'd only be like 10, maybe leaning more towards $20 because I mean, Hila and Teddy Fresh would have had to pay SpongeBob, or in this case probably Nickelodeon, some licensing to use SpongeBob as a character in this collection. So I can imagine this being more on the higher end side, probably closer to $20 for these patches, purely because of that, purely because some money had to go to Nickelodeon to, I think it's Nickelodeon, SpongeBob's with Nickelodeon, right? It's been a while since I've watched SpongeBob, but last time I checked, that is the case. Some money from this would have had to go to Nickelodeon to essentially allow Teddy Fresh to use SpongeBob in this collection. So I'd say they were closer to $20. Still a cool little design though. You could chuck that on anything, man. You could chuck it on your jackets, your hats. I wouldn't recommend your pants. I wouldn't recommend doing like patchwork pants, but honestly, if you want to do it, go for it. Go for your life. Buy a pair of like used vintage denim jeans, chuck heaps of patches on it, make it look like a sick piece, go for your life. Just personally for me, I like to keep my jeans kind of basic and kind of simple, so I wouldn't be chucking patches all over my jeans anytime soon. I like to keep them how they is. We'll move on to the second one, which is the SpongeBob BFF patch. Now this graphic here, the one with Teddy and the one with SpongeBob chilling together, this is very typical of Teddy Fresh. We've seen it being done in the past with Rip and Dip. It's usually one brand mascot chilling with Teddy Fresh, chilling with Teddy. You know, it's a very cool design. They do it on everything. They do it in every collection. It's basically one of their most iconic motifs at this point. They basically do it with everything. I mean, look, here it is again in another patch over here. just some very cool little patches here. Very typical of Teddy Fresh. I mean, very typical of SpongeBob as well. I mean, it is SpongeBob. So yeah, they're just some cool little pieces here. We'll move on to more of the clothing though. We do have another headwear accessory, which is the beanie. Actually really like the color of this, and I like that they've gone with the pom-pom beanies, because not a lot of brands like to do the pom-pom beanies these days. I think I have one pom-pom beanie. I think I've only ever worn it on the channel once, and it was when I was doing the, God, I think it was the Bape Ghostbusters collaboration, because it was like midwinter, it was freezing, and I was like, look, I'm gonna freeze, I need a beanie on. I think that was the only time I've worn it on the channel, but I'm a big fan of pom-pom beanies. They have their time and their place. They can fit a lot of aesthetics. They're good. And this one's really well colored. Like, look, it incorporates the, I don't know what color to say this is. It is green, but I don't know which type of green. It looks kind of olive, but it doesn't look dark enough to be olive. It's like a pastel olive in a way. I wouldn't know what to call it. If you know what color that is, let me know in the comment section below, guys. But this looks like a pastel olive done with a bright banana yellow. And then they've combined this color with the yellow to do the pom-pom in both colors. That's the perfect pom-pom beanie. I tell you, that's exactly how you do it. Now, they've incorporated the patches that were sold separately over here onto the actual beanie design. That's really cool. I don't have anything with that. It's a very subtle little piece. If people didn't know that this was Teddy Fresh, they would look at this and be like, oh, he's bought a SpongeBob beanie, you know, because the Teddy Fresh isn't made very apparent here just by having the little head logo there. If you know what I mean? Yeah. Either way, it's a very cool little piece. I like it. I like this piece. Yeah. We'll move on to the next and last couple pieces of clothing. We have the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob BFF Friends shirt coming in what looks like, oh, I'll just let you guys see that, sorry. There you go. The Teddy Fresh SpongeBob beanie coming, shirt coming in a, it looks like a pastel red. It doesn't look pink. It doesn't look pink. It's, oh, maybe like a pastel peach, maybe a pastel peach. I might say a pastel peach. Yeah. Really nice color though. It really allows the artwork to pop as well. I wouldn't have mind maybe the text being outlined by red as well, just to give it that pop that the artwork has in the center. But it still works. It's still okay. That's all good. It's a nice design. And as I said, it incorporates the iconic Teddy Fresh design of having the, you know, Teddy next to the iconic mascot of the other brand, which in this case is SpongeBob. It works. It's a cool little tee. Moving on to the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob embroidered t-shirt, we have the same design that was featured on, oh actually, no, it's a slightly different design. I thought it was the same design. It's the patch design. That's what it is. So this patch design here is then featured on a t-shirt, embroidered as well. Well, now you have my attention because, you know, I'm a sucker for it. Yeah, no, very nice. If you want this same little design, you were able to cop it on a little shirt as well. I like it. It's very minimal. It's very small. It's not super large like the hoodie one. I like it. I like it mainly because it's a black tee, and you know me, black or white tees, man. It's the way to go. Yeah, no, this is a very clean piece. Very clean piece. But I would say, in my opinion, the main reason why I'm here, the piece that I would want the most, here it is. We have the color blocking Teddy Fresh SpongeBob hoodie. Now, Teddy Fresh has been known for doing its pastel color blocking ever since it started. It's basically its signature pieces whenever it does a collection, and they're always the ones to sell out first, I swear to God. I don't have the actual numbers. Hila might be able to prove me wrong if she's in the comment section below, but from what I see, it looks like the color blocking hoodies always sell out first. And fair enough, fair enough. They're easily my favorite piece, and by the looks of it, a lot of other people's favorite pieces. I'm a big fan of color blocking hoodies ever since I bought the J Balvin Guess hoodie, which I wear all the time on the channel. You guys have seen me wear it. Yeah, ever since I bought that color blocking hoodie, I've been getting around color blocking hoodies a lot more. I don't own any more, but I've been on the lookout, if you would. Yeah, I've been on the lookout. This is a really nice piece. It incorporates the pastel colors of Teddy Fresh, and it incorporates the design of Teddy with SpongeBob. I like it because this piece screams a lot more on the Teddy Fresh side than the SpongeBob side. where by the looks of it, some of the pieces afterwards are more catering towards the SpongeBob crowd and not so much the Teddy Fresh crowd, which is fine. Yeah, I really like that this collection features both. This one, obviously, as I said, it features more Teddy Fresh inspired designs and uses of color. Then you come down to these two long sleeve tees here. Yep, long sleeve tees. They're obviously more SpongeBob themed, but they still incorporate some signature, motifs from Teddy Fresh that you'd easily be able to be like, oh, this is Teddy Fresh. And also, it's literally got Teddy Fresh written on it. So I don't think you can mistake this for, not a Teddy Fresh piece, because it literally has Teddy Fresh on it and on the arms as well. But yeah, very cool color blocking hoodie here. And then next we just have a light pastel yellow shirt. It has a patch on it. I think it is... Oh, does this patch not feature? Okay, so it looks like the same patch that appeared on the cap here. The little Teddy with SpongeBob. It looks like that appeared on a shirt. A nice little pastel yellow shirt. Very nice use of color. I like it. And then we have to move on to the last two pieces that I already slightly touched on, which is the long sleeve tees done in black. Now, obviously this isn't a color that is traditionally used in Teddy Fresh pieces. There is some grayscale color blocking pieces that they do, but they don't traditionally use black a lot. Their primary focus, from what I see, is bright and nice pastel colors. So this is a little bit different, but as I said, I feel like these two pieces cater more towards the SpongeBob audience than the Teddy Fresh audience. So hey, if you just want some SpongeBob merch, you've sold out. You've come to the right place a little bit too late. But hey, I did mention that they're getting a restock later on in the year, so there's always that. You can always wait out for that restock that happens. I don't know when. Maybe if I message you and be like, yo, when's this restock happening? Maybe she'd get back to me. I don't know. We'd have to see. Maybe I should do it. But yeah, that is the whole Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection. There might be another one in the future, so this might be the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection 1.0, but we'll have to see if we get a 2.0. We'll probably get the restock before we get 2.0, but some very cool designs in here. I think my favorite pieces would have to be the color blocking hoodie, the beanie, and the cap over here as well. Even though the material was slightly off-putting, I can see myself creating an outfit with the cap and the color blocking hoodie and just looking super pastel, super crazy, super like that. I think it could work. Yeah, no, it's a very cool collection. Some of the pieces aren't for me straight off the bat, like these two down the bottom, but I'm sure there's an audience out there. I mean, they sold out, so there's definitely an audience out there that really love them. So it's good to see that some people got around them. But that is it. That's all the pieces that released in the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collaboration. Healer announced that later on in the year there will be a restock. So if the news comes out and then she says it comes out in a couple days, I'll try and cover it on the day that she announces it. So I'll try and stay up to date for you guys, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. So that is it. Let me know either on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or in the comment section below. What's your favorite piece? Which one is the standout piece for you? Is it the more SpongeBob design Teddy Fresh pieces down the bottom here? Is it the embroidered black tee? Or are you liking Teddy Fresh's more iconic pieces, which is their color blocking hoodie? Are you feeling that a little bit more? Either way, let me know all your thoughts and opinions on this whole collection or any of the individual pieces in the comment section below. And that's it, guys. That is everything that dropped in the Teddy Fresh SpongeBob collection, which I'm hoping we get a second version of, because we got Rip and Dip Teddy Fresh Volume 1. I covered Volume 2. I'm hoping there's a Volume 3 this year of that as well, actually. And I'm hoping that SpongeBob continues in that same manner. I hope that now that they've released Volume 1, they do the restock of Volume 1 later on in the year, but then they also do Volume 2. That would be kind of steezy, and maybe I'll actually be able to buy a piece this time around. 20 minutes! 20 minutes, man. That's a crazy sellout time, especially for like what we're talking about here. Like if we were talking about, I know, not to discredit Teddy Fresh or anything, but if we were talking about like a brand that was showcased on the news all the time, on social media all the time, a 20-minute sellout time I could understand. Like, like a guest collection coming out, if that sold out in 20 minutes, I'd be like, wow, that's crazy, oh my god. But like Teddy Fresh, like this indie brand started up by a YouTuber. Props to them. Props to the whole gang. I love it. I love that like it happened. That's absolutely crazy. Again though, I would love to see restock, because then I'll be able to pick up something. I just want that color blocking hoodie, man, in like a 2XL. Illa, call me. That's a sick hoodie. It'd be my second color blocking hoodie. Although in saying that, I do need to calm down with the clothing purchases. I've slowed down on sneakers, but I've increased on clothing. Not a good move. Not a good move. I just need to stop buying everything and buy better stuff for the channel, like the ring light and the upgraded camera. You know, we've got 1 out of 2 now. We've got the ring light. I'll have to get the camera at some point, but we work in there. We work in there. It'll get better eventually, and I'm keen to share that with you guys. So, that's it. That's everything I had to say about the collection. It was awesome. There are a couple pieces that I actually wouldn't mind actually getting and wearing. Some of them were cool, but just not my thing. But I want to know how you guys feel about it. Which was your favorite piece? Your least favorite piece? Did you actually manage to pick any of it up? That would be a very interesting thing to talk about in the comment section below. Let me know. Was it easy to cop it? Was there like crashes of the website? Was it like a smooth experience? Let me know what your copying experiences were in the comment section below. And let me know, how are you going to style these pieces? Because pastel colored pieces aren't traditionally worn a lot. So I'd love to know your styling tips and tricks on any of the pieces in this collection. And that's about it. Let me know on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or in the comment section below, all of those things I mentioned. So until the... That's all we got to say about it. So until the next Teddy Fresh video, until the next streetwear video, until the next sneaker video, guys, I'll catch you later.